Did you ever spend time with the guy? Did you ever meet Diddy?
I've met him before, yeah.
How was he?
Very nice guy, very smart, super business. You know, I mean, he's very successful.
With this newest lawsuit, this would probably only expedite or increase the amount of allegations and potential witnesses who could testify against Sean Combs.
The celebrity world thrives on glitz, glamour, and hidden secrets that could leave anyone reeling. But what happens when those secrets begin to unravel? That's precisely the case with the explosive allegations surrounding Diddy Combs. And it doesn't stop there. The fallout from his controversies is dragging other big names into the spotlight. Two of those names, Jenna Lopez and Ashton Kutcher, stars who've spent years perfecting their polished public images. However, recent revelations suggest their connections to Diddy might be far darker than they'd ever want us to know.
I don't know this, but it just seems very suspicious when you go through and you look at in the history of different people that can make you go away if you know. Listen, I've worried about some of the things that I talk about on my show.
Jennifer Lopez, famously known as J-Lo, has long been an iconic figure in the entertainment world. Her meteoric rise to fame in the late 1990s was nothing short of legendary. However, her off-screen life has often been shrouded in intrigue, especially her relationship with Diddy during that time. The pair began dating in 1999 and quickly became one of Hollywood's most talked-about power couples. On the surface, their union seemed like a pop culture dream. The Bronx-born singer and actress on her way to superstardom paired with a hip-hop mogul dominating the industry. But behind the glitz and glamour, whispers of a darker reality have persisted, suggesting their relationship was far more tumultuous and troubling than it appeared.
Wow. So, ladies, J-Lo being open about gushing over Ben, do you think she's making a mistake this time, going so public? Or is she just in love?
Jennifer Lopez and Diddy's whirlwind romance was full of drama, and not the romantic kind. Over the years, Lopez has hinted that her time with the hip-hop mogul was emotionally draining and, at times, downright toxic. While she's never explicitly named names, Lopez has spoken about past relationships where she felt disrespected and even manhandled, leading many to believe she was referencing her tumultuous time with Diddy. Insiders have revealed that Lopez often found herself in uncomfortable situations during their relationship, scenarios that clashed with her image as the hardworking, grounded good girl from the Bronx. Recently resurfaced allegations and photos have reignited interest in their time together, raising questions about just how much Lopez knew or didn't know about Diddy's behind-the-scenes behavior. One particular incident has captured public attention. It took place in 2000 at the height of their relationship, during what should have been another glitzy night out. However, the evening ended in chaos, with new photos showing Lopez and Diddy engaged in what appeared to be a heated argument. In the images, Diddy leans in with an intense expression, a bottle in hand, while Lopez looks visibly uncomfortable. The specifics of their exchange remain unclear, but this was also the same night Diddy became embroiled in one of the most shocking controversies of his career. The timing of their argument and the unfolding events have sparked speculation about Lopez's involvement or lack thereof. Witnesses say she was present at an after-party where Diddy allegedly crossed serious lines. Photos from that night show Lopez mingling with the crowd, champagne in hand, as the atmosphere grew increasingly chaotic. While there is no evidence tying her directly to the alleged activities, her proximity to the situation has led to uncomfortable questions. Did she know what was happening? Did she see anything? Or was she simply swept up in the whirlwind of Diddy's world, unaware of the full extent of the chaos around her? Fast forward to today, and Lopez seems determined to distance herself from Diddy and that chapter of her life. Despite their once high-profile romance, she rarely mentions him in interviews, choosing instead to focus on her current life with Ben Affleck. When pressed about Diddy's recent allegations, Lopez declined to comment, leaving the scene quickly when approached by paparazzi. It's a stark contrast to the Jennifer Lopez of the early 2000s, who was often seen smiling on Diddy's arm at every major event. Her apparent effort to avoid discussing him altogether has only fueled speculation that she's working to bury this part of her past as deeply as possible.
The money that they're saying Diddy has to start paying this guy on October 1st, right. Diddy's team is like, hold on, we need an emergency conversation about why this should not have been granted. And they awarded him a TRO, which basically meant that Diddy's team was not allowed to sell any property in that state or anything related to what could be used to pay the plaintiff.
Jennifer Lopez isn't the only one finding herself under scrutiny. Ashton Kutcher, Hollywood's golden boy and tech investor, is also being pulled into the conversation. Kutcher's unlikely friendship with Diddy dates back to the early 2000s and left many puzzled. How did a farm kid from Iowa and a rap mogul from New York become so close? It all began with a prank, or rather, the prank that never happened. During Kutcher's pump days, he planned to target Diddy with one of his elaborate stunts. However, before he could pull it off, Diddy caught wind of it and warned him in no uncertain terms that pranking him would be a bad idea. Surprisingly, instead of causing tension, the interaction sparked a friendship. From then on, Kutcher and Diddy were often spotted together, attending events and even collaborating on projects. Kutcher became a regular at Diddy's legendary parties, including the iconic white parties, which epitomized Hollywood excess and glamour. Their bond went far beyond red carpets, diving into the heart of Hollywood's most decadent scenes.
Diddy is now being sued in addition to what we just talked about by Dawn Richards. You guys will remember her. She was a part of Making the Band.
Dirty Money.
The Danny Kane era. So basically what she is alleging, she's alleging a lot of different things.
For years, Ashton Kutcher couldn't stop praising Diddy, calling him larger than life, the ultimate host, and the mastermind behind unforgettable parties. However, with recent allegations against Diddy making headlines, those glowing endorsements are coming under scrutiny. Many are now questioning what Kutcher might have witnessed or even participated in at those infamous gatherings. These weren't your average celebrity parties. They were exclusive, extravagant events where, according to rumors, anything and everything went down. While Kutcher has remained tight-lipped about what truly happened, his silence is beginning to raise eyebrows.
Diddy is now being sued in addition to what we just talked about by Dawn Richards. You guys will remember her. She was a part of Making the Band.
Dirty Money.
The Danny Kane era. So basically what she is alleging, she's alleging a lot.
Ashton Kutcher is reportedly working hard to distance himself from Diddy. Sources say he's been scrubbing his social media to erase any trace of their friendship. Meanwhile, his wife, Mila Kunis, has allegedly banned him from contacting Diddy, with insiders claiming she's furious about the potential damage to their reputation. It's a stark contrast to the days when Kutcher openly gushed about their adventures together.
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
Kutcher's silence isn't sitting well with everyone. Some accuse him of turning a blind eye to Diddy's alleged behavior to preserve their friendship, while others wonder if he knew more than he's letting on. Some even speculate he may have been complicit in covering up Diddy's actions. Though there's no concrete evidence to back these claims, the rumors alone are enough to cast a shadow on his once pristine image.
Probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
What makes this even more troubling is that Ashton Kutcher has built a reputation as a champion for justice in recent years. As an outspoken advocate for protecting vulnerable communities, even testifying before Congress on these issues, the notion that he may have turned a blind eye to questionable activities in Diddy's circle feels especially jarring. It's a stark reminder that even the most well-intentioned public figures can have skeletons in their closets. As the walls close in on Diddy, the spotlight is shifting to those closest to him. The ones who partied with him, laughed with him, and, in some cases, allegedly helped keep his secrets. Jennifer Lopez and Ashton Kutcher may be working to rewrite their narratives now, but the internet never forgets. The photos, videos, and interviews from those years remain, painting a picture that's becoming harder to ignore.
If they did in fact occur, their argument is more than likely going to be that this activity was consensual, that this person was a willing participant, and not only that, but that these individuals assumed the risk of being present at those parties, of engaging and voluntarily engaging in this sexual conduct and being in those spaces, consuming drugs, consuming alcohol, and things of that nature.
This brings us to a bigger question. How many other celebrities were involved? How far does this web of connections stretch? And, perhaps most importantly, will the truth ever fully come out? Or will Hollywood's culture of secrecy continue to protect its own? Let's dive deeper into the web surrounding Diddy's alleged controversies. If you thought the links to Jennifer Lopez and Ashton Kutcher were shocking, wait until you hear how far this rabbit hole goes. It's not just about two celebrities trying to protect their public images. It's about an entire network of Hollywoodalites seemingly caught up in the chaos. What's becoming increasingly clear is that Diddy's world wasn't just about glitz and glamour. It had a darker side. Behind the scenes, there was a web of secrets, and as the layers peel back, some of the entertainment industry's most shocking truths are being exposed. Diddy's infamous parties have long been legendary, symbolizing Hollywood excess. Celebrities from all corners of the industry scrambled for an invite to these highly exclusive, meticulously planned events where the opulence could rival that of royalty. But as more details emerge, it's clear these gatherings were about much more than just champagne towers and designer outfits. Behind the velvet ropes, whispers of activities have surfaced, activities that would make even the most seasoned Hollywood insiders raise an eyebrow.
And the reason why I never pursued a month is because being Playboy of the Month, I was told there was insinuations multiple times that I had to do something to stand out to Hefner and the team. And that to me seemed like there was a underlining tone of, what is it that I have to do to get this role?
Here's the kicker. Diddy wasn't just throwing extravagant parties for fun. Some sources claim he used these events as a way to gather dirt on the celebrities who attended. Think about it, when you're a star at one of these lavish gatherings, letting loose and assuming you're safe, you're vulnerable. Imagine hidden cameras capturing every moment. According to rumors, that's exactly what Diddy allegedly did, and now those who attended his events are scrambling to figure out if they were caught on tape. The idea that he might have stockpiled compromising footage of Hollywood's elite is sending shockwaves through the industry. One name that's come up in connection with these alleged tapes is Daniel Baldwin, the lesser-known brother of Alec Baldwin. Despite flying under the radar, Daniel is no stranger to Hollywood's darker side. In a recent podcast appearance, he claimed that Diddy had cameras rolling at his parties and hinted that there's now a bidding war over the footage.
I don't buy for a minute that he's going to prison without getting out of here somewhere and stashing $2 billion or whatever. I think he has that kind of power, meaning Sean himself. But remember, it goes a lot deeper than that.
According to Baldwin, these tapes could contain compromising material involving some very famous faces, and people are reportedly paying big money to prevent their names from being leaked. Whether Baldwin's claims are true or not, the mere possibility of these tapes existing has sent Hollywood into a frenzy.
Everyone keeps saying to me, like, how did you keep, why did you keep going? Why were you there? I'm like, it literally is around me. If I don't stay at home, this is the atmosphere I'm in. Like, I have no choice.
It gets even messier. A former associate of Diddy, Courtney Burgess, has reportedly testified before a federal grand jury, claiming to have seen some of these tapes firsthand. According to Burgess, the footage includes major celebrities engaging in activities they would undoubtedly want to keep private. He even alleged that some of the material came from flash drives handed to him by Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter. Burgess's testimony has only fueled the fire, leaving many wondering just how far-reaching Diddy's alleged web of secrets truly is.
And he is very, very dominant. Like, he wants to control the situation. He wants to control his inner circle. He wants to make everyone have a good time and enjoy his parties. And so, it is scary because you think, this person or possibly his social network or the people he's around could make or break your career.
What's particularly chilling is the possibility that these tapes might not just capture Hollywood's biggest stars letting loose. They could potentially contain evidence of serious wrongdoing. This brings us back to the other celebrities who were regulars at Diddy's parties. Over the years, his events became a who's who of the entertainment world, with everyone from Jay-Z to Madonna making appearances. But now people are starting to look back at those guest lists with a more critical eye. Were these celebrities just innocent bystanders, or did they know more than they've ever admitted?
You know, if you say the wrong thing, or you complain, or you know, I don't know, there's an element where you're just, I guess manipulated in a way to make you feel like, oh, you have to please everyone around you. You can't say anything wrong. You don't want to say a bad thing, or, you know, when they're constantly asking you, would you like to do drugs? And you're like, well, I don't do drugs. And they're like, well, why don't you do drugs?
One name that's been noticeably silent amid all the chaos is Usher. The R&B superstar has a long history with Diddy, dating back to when he was just a teenager. Usher has openly discussed living with Diddy during the early years of his career, calling it an eye-opening experience. In one interview, he described Diddy's lifestyle as wild and crazy. However, when asked if he would let his own kids spend time with Diddy, Usher didn't hesitate to say no. That comment has raised plenty of eyebrows, leaving many to wonder what exactly Usher witnessed during his time under Diddy's wing. Then there's 50 Cent, never one to hold back his opinions. The rapper has been vocal about his discomfort with Diddy for years, even before these latest allegations surfaced. In a recent interview, 50 Cent mentioned that he's always avoided attending Diddy's parties, describing the vibe as uncomfortable. He even recalled a bizarre interaction where Diddy allegedly offered to take him shopping, which 50 Cent found unsettling. While some might dismiss his comments as typical 50 Cent antics, others are now revisiting his words in light of the current scandal.
That if you speak about it at the time, I don't know the consequences of what that could have been. So I didn't really talk about it. I should have gone to the police. I should have said something other than to my agent. I'm just thankful that there was somebody there, there was somebody at that party who helped me, because
perhaps the most striking revelations come from those who've attended Diddy's parties and are now speaking out, like Ray J and Kendra Wilkinson. Both had shared their experiences, insisting they never saw anything inappropriate during the events they attended. However, their statements have done little to quell the growing speculation. After all, if there's one thing Hollywood is known for, it's keeping secrets. Just because someone didn't see something doesn't mean it didn't happen, and that's the uncomfortable truth looming over these allegations.
Separated from him from a very long time, because he was using, allegedly, these events to invite them back to these private mansion parties and hotel parties and God knows what else. But he was utilizing the branded events to be able to, get the girls.
What's becoming more intriguing is the growing parallel between Diddy's case and the infamous Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Much like Epstein's lavish parties, Diddy's gatherings were attended by the world's elite, and both cases involve allegations of manipulation and exploitation. This comparison has only heightened the urgency of the investigation, with many now calling for the entertainment industry to confront its darker side. If Epstein's case taught us anything, it's that powerful people will go to great lengths to protect their secrets and reputations. What's becoming increasingly clear is that Diddy's alleged actions have cast a long shadow over the entire entertainment industry. It's not just about what he may or may not have done. It's about the culture of complicity that enabled it to happen for years. Hollywood has long been a place where the powerful can operate with impunity, shielded by their wealth and status. But as more people step forward and share their stories, that culture is beginning to crumble. The real question now is whether this will be the tipping point that forces genuine change.
Come over and join him. So there is so many people involved in this situation that works the machine here, that, Diddy's obviously the head of the whole situation. The king of parties, but there is multiple other people involved that are helping along the situation, or
Let's not forget that there are still plenty of celebrities who have yet to speak out. Figures like Leonardo DiCaprio, Mary J. Blige, and Khloe Kardashian, all of whom were regulars at Diddy's events, have remained silent in the face of these allegations. Their silence is deafening, and it's only fueling speculation. Were they simply unaware of what was happening, or are they staying quiet to protect themselves? Whatever the reason, their reluctance to address the situation is raising more questions than answers. As the investigation continues, the entertainment world braces for impact with every new revelation. The list of people implicated in Diddy's alleged activities keeps growing. It's not just about the accusations themselves, it's the ripple effect they're causing throughout Hollywood. The industry is being forced to reckon with its own complicity, and for many, this reckoning has been long overdue.
The government is going to mandate that they are responsible for your well-being. They have to ensure the safety of your well-being.
But here's the thing, this story is far from over. There are still so many unanswered questions, so many loose ends that need to be tied up. What's on those alleged tapes? Who else knew about what was happening? And perhaps most importantly, how deep does this rabbit hole really go? As more people come forward with their experiences, it's becoming clear that this isn't just about Diddy. It's about an entire system that allowed these alleged actions to go unchecked for so long. So where does that leave us? Are we witnessing the beginning of the end for Hollywood's culture of secrecy, or is this just another scandal that will eventually fade from the headlines? One thing's for sure, the world will be watching closely as this story continues to unfold. If there's one thing we've learned from scandals like this, it's that the truth always finds its way out. The real question now is, who will be left standing when it does? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Stay tuned and stay curious.